In today's video, we're diving deep into a timeless philosophy that has guided some of history's greatest minds through their toughest trials. This ancient wisdom isn't just about enduring hardships. It's about transforming them into stepping stones toward a life of inner peace and unshakable resilience. We'll uncover 9 Stoic principles that have the power to elevate your thinking and actions, making you not just a survivor in this chaotic world, but someone who thrives against all odds. In a society constantly bombarded with challenges and pressures, the real question is, how do you stay grounded, calm, and in control? These Stoic keys are more than just concepts. They're practical tools that will help you navigate life's complexities with grace and strength. They'll empower you to outthink, outlast, and outmaneuver the obstacles in your path, leading you to a life filled with clarity and purpose. Stick with us through the entire video, because each principle we explore is a vital piece of the puzzle that unlocks a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. By the end, you'll be equipped with the strategies you need to not just survive, but to excel in every aspect of your life. If this resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which of these Stoic principles speaks to you the most, and how you plan to implement it in your daily life. Your journey toward mastery starts now. Let's begin. Lesson 1. The silent strength, transforming trials into triumphs. How often do we find ourselves caught in the grip of frustration, desperately wanting to voice our struggles? It's almost instinctive to vent, to share, to seek validation through the acknowledgement of our challenges. But what if the real power lies not in speaking, but in holding our tongue? What if silence, rather than words, could become our greatest ally in overcoming adversity? Let's set the scene. You're at a team meeting, and the project you're leading has hit a roadblock. First impulse might be to express your concerns, to lay out the obstacles before your colleagues. But stop for a moment. What would happen if instead you focused on solutions in silence? This isn't about bottling up emotions or pretending the problem doesn't exist. It's about shifting your energy from discussion to decisive action. The Stoics, masters of resilience, taught us that life is a series of challenges, some small, like a difficult conversation with a coworker, and others monumental, like the loss of a loved one. Yet, what distinguishes the Stoic approach is their unwavering belief that our power lies in how we respond to these trials. As Marcus Aurelius so wisely noted, the obstacle is the way. In other words, the very barriers we face are the path to our growth. But how do we apply this in our daily lives? It starts with embracing what I call the silent strength. Instead of verbalizing every hurdle we encounter, we channel that energy into action. Think about it. Each word you speak about your struggles gives them more weight, more substance. It's like feeding a fire that you're trying to extinguish. On the other hand, silence allows you to focus on breaking down the challenge, one step at a time, without adding fuel to the flame. Let's return to that team meeting. Rather than listing all the ways the project could fail, consider breaking it down into actionable steps. Assign tasks, set small, achievable goals, and move forward with quiet determination. In this way, your silence becomes not a sign of weakness, but of focused strength. You're not avoiding the problem, you're mastering it. The Stoics also remind us of the power of perspective. When you're stuck in the middle of a challenge, it's easy to become myopic, seeing only the obstacles in front of you. But by stepping back, by practicing strategic silence, you can often see the broader picture, realizing that what seemed insurmountable is just another step on the journey. Imagine being stuck in a crowded airport during a flight delay. The immediate urge might be to complain, to express frustration at the situation. But instead, what if you use that time to reflect, plan your next move, or even to simply find a moment of peace in the chaos? That's the Stoic way, turning what hinders into what helps. Here's the actionable wisdom. The next time you're confronted with a challenge, pause before you speak. Consider what would happen if you didn't give voice to your frustrations, but instead, quietly turned your attention to what you can control. Start by breaking the issue into manageable pieces, and let your actions, not your words, be the testament to your strength. Remember, True strength is not measured by how loudly we voice our struggles, but by how effectively we overcome them. By adopting this Stoic principle, you're not just navigating life's trials, you're transforming them into opportunities for growth, inner peace, and for resilience that outshines the noise of the world around you. Lesson 2. The silent power. Mastering the art of discretion. Why is it that we often feel compelled to share our innermost thoughts and dreams with others, as if revealing them will somehow make them more real? The truth is, there's immense power in keeping certain things to ourselves, in guarding the sanctity of our inner world with the care it deserves. Today, we're exploring a Stoic principle that teaches us not just the value of silence, but the strategic advantage it offers. Art, discretion. Let's begin with a fundamental insight from Seneca, one of Stoicism's most revered philosophers. If you want to keep a secret, keep it to yourself. This isn't just about withholding information, it's about recognizing that not every thought, dream, or vulnerability needs to be laid bare for others to see. The Stoics understood that our inner world is sacred, and to protect it is to protect our very essence. Imagine you're at a family gathering where the conversation turns to future plans. Everyone is sharing their latest endeavors and the spotlight turns to you. You've been nurturing a new business idea, something that excites you to your core. The temptation to share is strong, but you remember the Stoic wisdom. Not all dreams are ready for the world's eye. By choosing to keep your idea to yourself, you're not being secretive. You're allowing it to grow in the safety of your own mind, away from the potential criticism or doubt that others might unintentionally bring. This principle isn't about isolation or mistrust. It's about discerning who deserves to be a part of your inner circle, and when the time is right to reveal what's closest to your heart. In a world where oversharing is often encouraged, where social media has made it easy to broadcast our every thought and plan, the ability to hold back becomes a rare and powerful skill. It's not about being evasive. It's about cultivating self-control and discipline, and understanding that your dreams and vulnerabilities are precious. Think of discretion as a fortress around your inner sanctuary. By choosing carefully who to let inside, you maintain the integrity of your space, allowing it to be a place of refuge and strength. This doesn't mean you never share your thoughts or ideas. It simply means that you share them with those who have earned your trust, those who will nurture your dreams rather than tear them down. Consider a practical example. You're working on a creative project, something that you're passionate about. Early on, it's fragile, like a seedling that needs time to take root before it's exposed to the element. Sharing your plans too soon could expose it to doubt or criticism, which might stifle its growth. By keeping it close, you give it the time and space it needs to develop into something robust and resilient. So how can we apply this in our everyday lives? Start by practicing mindfulness in your interaction. Before you share something deeply personal or important, pause and consider the impact of that disclosure. Will it strengthen your resolve, or will it leave you vulnerable to unnecessary doubts? Will it empower you, or will it expose you to scrutiny that could derail your progress? Here's the Stoic challenge. Embrace the art of discretion. Be selective with your words and cultivate the strength. Keep your inner world protected. This isn't about building walls. It's about creating boundaries that allow your true self to flourish. By mastering this principle, you're not only safeguarding your dreams, but also building a deeper sense of self-trust and confidence. In a world that often encourages us to share everything, the decision to withhold can be a powerful act of self-care. By protecting your inner world, you are ensuring that your thoughts, dreams, and vulnerabilities are nurtured in a way that allows them to grow strong and true. And when the time is right, you'll know that what you share is not only ready to be seen, but also resilient enough to withstand the challenges that come its way. Lesson 3. Quiet power of humility. Letting your achievements speak for themselves. What does true success look like? Is it the applause of the crowd, accolades you collect, or is it something deeper or profound? In the fast-paced world we live in, easy to get caught up in the idea that our achievements only matter if they're recognized by others. But the Stoics challenge this notion. inviting us to consider a different path. One where humility reigns and where the true measure of success is internal rather than external. Imagine this. You've just completed a major project at work, one that required months of dedication, late nights, and a level of effort that pushed you to your limits. Your colleagues congratulate you, the higher-ups take notice, and there's an unspoken expectation you'll share your success, the world. But instead of posting about it on social media or recounting the story to every friend you meet, you choose a different route. You let the success settle within you, savoring the quiet satisfaction that comes from knowing you've done something meaningful without needing to broadcast. Stoics, particularly Epictetus, teach us that the value of our achievements isn't found in the praise of others, but in the fulfillment that comes from knowing we've acted with purpose and integrity. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. These words remind us that the most powerful statements we can make about our lives don't come from our words. They come from our action. In a world obsessed with validation, where every accomplishment seems to demand a like, comment, or a share, choosing humility can feel countercultural. Yet it is in this quiet humility that the real power lies. Like a mountain standing tall in silence, your achievements don't need to be shouted from the rooftops to be recognized. The impact of your work, the difference you make, and the legacy you build, these are the true indicators of success, not the fleeting applause of the moment. Let's take this idea further. Think of a master craftsman, someone who has spent years perfecting their art. They don't need to advertise their skills. Quality of their work speaks volumes. The intricate details, precision, care that goes into each piece, they all tell a story of dedication and excellence. Similarly, when you focus on doing your best, on continually improving and contributing to the world, your actions become the loudest proclamation of your success. But there's more to it. Stoics warn us of the dangers of seeking external validation. The moment we start to rely on others' opinions to define our self-worth, we give away our power. We become like ships tossed by the winds of public opinion, never anchored, always searching for the next wave of approval. True self-worth, the Stoics remind us, is cultivated from within. It's about finding joy in the process of growth, in the pursuit of excellence, rather than in the outcome that others might see. So how do we apply this in our daily lives? The next time you achieve something significant, resist the urge to seek validation from others. Instead, take a moment to reflect on what this achievement means to you personally. How has it helped you grow? What lessons have you learned along the way? By focusing inward, you reinforce the idea that your success is yours alone, not something that needs to be validated by the outside world. Here's your Stoic challenge. Let your actions be the testament to your success. The next time you're tempted to boast or seek recognition, pause. Let your work speak for itself. By doing so, you'll cultivate a quiet strength that not only leads to deeper fulfillment, but also inspires those around you through your unwavering dedication and integrity. Remember, the greatest successes are often those that don't need to be announced. They are felt deeply, known internally, and lived out through continuous self-improvement and contribution to the world around us. Embrace this quiet power, and let it guide you to a life of true purpose and meaning. Lesson 4. The power of strategic silence. Mastering the art of keeping your next move a mystery. How often do we find ourselves eager to share our next big idea or plan, believing that the more people know about it, the more likely it is to succeed? But what if there's a hidden power in keeping those plans to ourselves, letting our actions unfold quietly without the pressure of external expectations? Today, we're exploring a key Stoic principle that can give you a significant edge: power of strategic silence. Let's start with a question. How do you maintain control over your life's direction when so much of it seems unpredictable? The Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature, knew that while we can't control the external world, we can control our responses to it. This is where the power of keeping your next move a mystery comes into play. Picture this. You're at a networking event, surrounded by ambitious professionals. Conversations naturally steer toward future plans, new ventures, and big goals. One person after another shares their aspirations, from launching startups to climbing the corporate ladder. When it's your turn, you could easily join in, detailing your next big project. But instead, you choose to hold back, offering only a smile and a vague mention of ongoing work. This isn't about being secretive for the sake of it. It's about preserving the integrity of your plans. The Stoics teach us that our energy should be directed toward what we can control, our actions, our efforts, not toward managing the reactions and expectations of others. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." In other words, focus on your internal commitments and let your actions speak louder than your words. Let's break this down further. When you share your plans prematurely, you expose them to the opinions, doubts, and expectations of others. This can create unnecessary noise, clouding your judgment and distracting you from your true purpose. By keeping your plans private, you maintain a laser-sharp focus on what truly matters, your execution, not the approval of others. Consider the psychological aspect of this as well. Announcing your goals can sometimes trick your brain into feeling a false sense of accomplishment, leading to complacency. The satisfaction you get from sharing your ambitions can diminish your drive to actually achieve them. By keeping your intentions to yourself, you stay hungry, motivated, and fully engaged in making your goals a reality. Now, let's apply this to a real-life scenario. Imagine you're working on a novel, something you've been passionate about for years. Sharing this with your friends might lead to well-meaning but distracting advice, or even discouragement if they don't fully grasp your vision. By keeping your project under wraps until it's well developed, you protect it from outside influence and preserve your creative focus. Or think about starting a new fitness regimen. Announcing your goals to everyone might create pressure that's more about pleasing others than achieving personal milestones. Instead, keep your progress private, allowing yourself to focus on the journey rather than the external validation. Here's your actionable advice. The next time you're tempted to share your plans, pause and reflect. Ask yourself if sharing will truly help you achieve your goals, or if it might create distractions. Focus on taking concrete, deliberate steps toward your objectives, without the need for external validation. The Stoic challenge here is clear. Embrace the strategic silence. By keeping your next moves a mystery, you retain control over your process and protect your goals from unnecessary noise. This isn't about being deceptive. It's about being wise, focused, and self-reliant. Remember, the most effective strategies often unfold in the quiet, away from the scrutiny of others. Like a master chess player who plans several moves ahead without revealing their hand, you can navigate life's challenges with a quiet confidence that speaks volumes through action, not words. Let your success be the only announcement you need. Lesson 5. Don't talk about others. The Stoic path to a gossip-free zone. Why is it that we're so easily drawn into conversations about others, often indulging in gossip as if it's a harmless pastime? Truth is, every word we speak about someone else is a reflection of our own character. So how do we shift our focus from judging others to improving ourselves? The Stoics offer a powerful answer. By choosing silence over gossip and action over judgment, we cultivate wisdom, integrity, and inner peace. Let's imagine a scene. You're in the break room at work, and a group of colleagues starts discussing the latest office drama. Who said what, who's not pulling their weight, and who's likely to get the next promotion. Conversation is tempting, it's easy to join in, but you decide to take a different approach. Instead of contributing to the negativity, you quietly listen, choosing not to add fuel to the fire. When a moment arises, you steer the conversation towards a positive topic, perhaps asking about upcoming projects or offering support for a team member's work. This decision isn't about being aloof or disconnected. It's about consciously choosing to focus your energy on what truly matters. The Stoics believed that our words have power. They can either build up or tear down. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, wisely advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This quote reminds us that our energy is best spent on living virtuously, on improving ourselves rather than on criticizing others. Think of it this way. Every minute you spend engaging in gossip is a minute you could have used to grow, learn, or to make a positive impact. Gossip is like a leaky faucet, draining your energy and distracting you from your own journey. Instead of falling into this trap, the Stoic way is to turn inward, focus on your own actions, your own goals, and your own growth. By doing so, you not only protect your own peace, but also become a more positive influence on those around you. Consider a simple example. In your neighborhood, you might hear people talking about a family that's going through tough times. The gossip could easily turn into speculation about their finances, their relationships, or their choices. But what if, instead of joining in, you chose to act? Maybe you offer a helping hand, kind word, or simply choose to remain silent, respecting their privacy. This small act of restraint and compassion embodies the Stoic principle, focusing on what you can control, your actions and your responses. The impact of choosing this path is profound. Stoics understood that our words and actions create ripples in the lives of others. By opting out of gossip, you help create a more positive and supportive environment, whether it's at work, at home, or in your community. Imagine a workplace where everyone is focused on their own tasks, on lifting each other up, rather than on tearing each other down. Such an environment isn't just more pleasant, it's more productive, more fulfilling, and ultimately more successful. So here's your Stoic challenge. The next time you're tempted to engage in gossip, pause and reflect. Ask yourself if what you're about to say will contribute to your growth or the growth of those around you. If it won't, consider choosing silence. Redirect the conversation to something constructive or simply focus on your own path. By doing this, you're not just avoiding negativity, you're actively building a life of integrity, wisdom, and peace. Remember, true strength lies in restraint, in the ability to rise above the pettiness of gossip and to focus on what truly matters, your own journey of self-improvement. By walking this path, you inspire others, not through words, but through your actions, creating a ripple effect of positivity that can change the world around you. Lesson 6. Don't talk about your good deeds. The quiet power of unspoken kindness. Why do we often feel compelled to share our good deeds with others? Is it a desire to inspire, or perhaps a subtle craving for acknowledgement? Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature, offer a profound insight. True virtue doesn't need an audience. Instead, it thrives in the quiet, unobserved moments of our lives, where our actions speak louder than any words ever could. Imagine this. You're at a local grocery store, and as you move through the aisles, you notice a young mother struggling to juggle her groceries and her restless child. Without a second thought, you step forward and offer to help her carry the groceries to her car. She gratefully accepts, and together, you load her bags into the trunk. She thanks you sincerely, and you respond with a simple smile, and go on with your day without another word. This small, yet impactful, act of kindness perfectly encapsulates a core Stoic belief that true virtue lies in doing good simply because it's the right thing to do, not because we're seeking recognition. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once remarked, "The reward for a good deed is to have done it." This wisdom reminds us that the satisfaction of kindness comes from within, not from the applause or approval of others. In our modern, hyper-connected world, where every action can be broadcast to the masses with a single click, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We might feel the urge to post about our charitable efforts, our volunteer work, or even the small acts of kindness we perform daily. The Stoics would caution against this. By sharing these moments too freely, we risk diminishing the very essence of the deed itself, turning it into a transaction for approval rather than a genuine act of virtue. Let's consider another example. Suppose you're at work and a colleague is overwhelmed with a tight deadline. You know they're struggling, so you decide to stay late, quietly helping them complete the task without expecting any acknowledgement or reward. The next day, your colleague might thank you, or they might not. But that's not what matters. What matters is that you contributed to their success, and you did so with no need for recognition. This approach allows your actions to speak for themselves, much like a candle that doesn't announce its presence but simply burns, providing light and warmth to those around it. Your quiet support made a difference in your colleague's life, and that impact is far more valuable than any public praise could ever be. So, how do we practice this in our daily lives? Start by refraining from the impulse to share every act of kindness. When you help someone, do it with the intention of making their life a little better, not with the thought of how it will reflect on you. Allow the deed to stand on its own, unburdened by the need for external acknowledgement. Here's your Stoic challenge. The next time you find yourself doing something good, resist the urge to tell others about it. Instead, focus on the impact your action has had, and let that be enough. In doing so, you cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment, one that isn't tied to the fleeting approval of others, but rooted in the knowledge that you've made a difference, however small. Remember, true kindness doesn't need a spotlight. The quiet, consistent actions we take that shape the world around us. By embracing this Stoic principle of unspoken kindness, you not only strengthen your own character, but also contribute to a world where compassion and integrity are valued for their own sake, not for the recognition they bring. In the end, it's not about how much attention your good deeds receive, but about the quiet impact they leave behind. Let your actions be your legacy, a testament to the life of purpose, integrity, and humility you strive to live each day. Lesson 7. The Stoic Shield. Protecting your weaknesses and cultivating inner strength. How do we balance the need for self-awareness with the instinct to protect ourselves from harm? In a world that often celebrates vulnerability as a form of strength, the Stoics offer a different, more strategic approach, one that focuses on guarding our weaknesses while building the inner resilience necessary to thrive. Let's start with a powerful insight from Seneca. The person who reveals their weaknesses to the world is like a city without walls. This metaphor beautifully captures the Stoic belief that while self-awareness is essential, openly sharing our vulnerabilities can leave us defenseless, exposed to the whims and intentions of others. Imagine your mind as a fortress, with walls built to protect your inner peace and strength. These walls aren't meant to isolate you from the world, but to safeguard the parts of you that are still under construction, your weaknesses. Just as a city needs its walls to protect against external threats, we too need to be mindful of what we reveal to others, ensuring that our vulnerabilities don't become entry points for manipulation or harm. Before we go further, let's clarify an important distinction. Flaws versus weaknesses. Flaws are imperfections, habits, behaviors, or traits that might hinder our growth but are often visible to others. Acknowledging and working on these flaws is a crucial part of self-improvement. Weaknesses, however, are more personal and profound. They are the vulnerable areas within us that, if exposed, could lead to emotional turmoil or impulsive action. These are the chinks in our armor, the soft spots that require careful strategic protection. The Stoics believed that true strength doesn't come from parading our weaknesses for the world to see. Rather, it comes from quietly and diligently working to overcome them. Think of it like a tree with deep roots. While the surface might sway with the wind, its strength lies hidden beneath the ground, where it steadily grows stronger, unseen. By keeping our weaknesses private, we allow ourselves the space to address them without external pressures or expectations, protecting our inner growth from those who might exploit it. Let's translate this into practical action. Instead of openly discussing your struggles with stress, anxiety, or any other personal challenge, focus on developing your own strategies for coping. For example, if you know that certain situations trigger your stress, rather than announcing this to those around you, work on building internal resilience. Practice mindfulness, develop healthy routines, and strengthen your mental defenses in silence. Over time, these small, unspoken efforts will fortify your inner strength, allowing you to navigate challenges with greater ease and confidence. Here's your Stoic challenge. Transform your weaknesses into strength, not by exposing them, but by addressing them privately. Use the power of introspection to identify the areas where you feel most vulnerable, and then take deliberate, quiet action to fortify them. Let your growth be evident not in your words, but in the way you handle life's inevitable trial. Remember, the strongest structures are those built with care and protected from unnecessary exposure. By guarding your weaknesses and focusing on your internal growth, you cultivate a resilience that doesn't need external validation. This quiet strength becomes your shield, empowering you to face whatever life throws your way with calm, unshakable confidence. In the end, true strength isn't about how much you share with the world. It's about how well you guard your inner self, while continuously working to improve. Like a fortress with well-built walls, your mind and spirit will stand strong against the storms of life. Not because you've revealed your vulnerabilities, but because you've fortified them with wisdom and strategic silence. Lesson 8. Unspoken Dream. Nurturing your aspirations in the quiet of your heart. Why do we often feel the urge to share our dreams as soon as they spark in our mind? Could it be that the real strength of our aspirations lies in quietly nurturing them, away from the scrutiny and judgment of others? The Stoics, known for their wisdom and discipline, teach us that some of the most powerful dreams are those we protect and cultivate in the privacy of our own hearts, far from the distractions of the outside world. Imagine this. You've always dreamed of opening your own cafe, a cozy place where people can gather, relax, and enjoy a carefully crafted cup of coffee. The idea excites you, but it's still in its early stages, just a concept in your mind. Instead of immediately sharing this dream with your friends or posting about it on social media, you decide to keep it to yourself. You spend your free time researching, planning, and saving money, quietly working on turning your dream into a reality without seeking external validation or approval. This decision to hold back reflects a key Stoic principle: understanding that our dreams, like delicate seeds, need time to take root before they're ready to be shared with the world. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." By keeping your dreams close, you stay focused on the present moment, on the small but crucial steps that will eventually lead to your success. Let's explore why the Stoics believed in this approach. First, it's about protecting your vulnerability. Dreams are personal, often tied deeply to our sense of identity and purpose. Sharing them too early can make you feel exposed, especially if you encounter doubt or negativity from others. By keeping your dreams private, you create a safe space for them to grow and evolve without interference, giving them the time they need to become robust. Second, maintaining intrinsic motivation is essential. The Stoics believe that true motivation should come from within, not from the validation of others. When you share your dreams prematurely, you risk becoming more focused on the reactions of others than on your own passion and drive. By keeping your aspirations to yourself, you stay connected to your own internal fire, fuel that will carry you through the challenges ahead. Finally, cultivating patience and resilience is critical for achieving your dreams. The journey to realizing a dream is often long and filled with obstacles. Sharing your plans too early can create pressure and unrealistic expectations, which can lead to disappointment if things don't move as quickly as you'd hoped. By keeping your dreams close, you allow yourself to focus on the journey itself, building the patience and resilience you need to overcome setbacks and continue progressing. Consider this practical example. Suppose you're an aspiring writer and you've started working on your first novel. Instead of announcing your progress to everyone you know, you choose to keep it to yourself. You dedicate time each day to write, revise, and refine your work, knowing that it's not yet ready to be revealed. By doing so, you avoid premature criticism and the pressure to meet external expectations. You give yourself the freedom to explore your creativity, to make mistakes and learn from them, all while keeping your focus on your ultimate goal, finishing the novel. So here's your Stoic challenge: nurture your dreams in silence. The next time you're excited about a new idea or goal, take a moment to reflect before sharing it with others. Will sharing this dream help you achieve it, or will it create unnecessary distractions? Will it empower you, or will it make you reliant on external validation? Remember, keeping your deepest dreams secret isn't about hiding them out of fear. It's about giving them the time and space they need to grow strong. It's about trusting in your own journey and allowing your dreams to unfold naturally, free from the pressures and expectations of the outside world. In the end, the most significant achievements often start as quiet, unspoken dreams. By guarding them with care and patience, you give them the best chance to flourish. And one day, to blossom into realities far beyond what you initially imagined. Let this be your guide as you pursue your aspirations, knowing that sometimes the most powerful dreams are those nurtured in silence until they are ready to shine. Lesson 9. The Sanctuary of Solitude, Embracing the Quiet Strength Within. Why is it that in a world so full of noise and constant connectivity, the idea of being alone, truly alone, can feel so unsettling? Yet the Stoics understood something profound. Solitude is not a void to be feared, but a sanctuary where we can find clarity, strength, and a deeper connection with ourselves. In this final lesson, we explore the powerful and transformative value of solitude, and why the Stoics believed that these moments should be treated as sacred. In today's hyper-connected world, solitude is often misunderstood. We're bombarded with messages that tell us we must always be engaged, always connected, always surrounded by others. Solitude is often equated with loneliness, a state to be avoided at all costs. Stoics saw things differently. To them, solitude was not a sign of weakness or social awkwardness, but a source of immense strength and clarity. The Stoic embrace of solitude is rooted in the belief that true self-discovery and inner peace are found in moments of quiet contemplation. It is in these still moments, away from the distractions and demands of the outside world, that we can reflect on our values, confront our fears, and cultivate a deeper sense of self-reliance. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, beautifully expressed this idea when he said, "Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self." This statement encapsulates the Stoic belief that solitude is not about being physically alone, but about being deeply present with oneself, nurturing the inner world, and finding contentment in one's own company. So why is it important to keep your moments of solitude sacred? First, solitude is a precious gift. Time to connect with your deepest thoughts and emotions. Sharing these intimate moments too freely can dilute their power and leave you feeling vulnerable. When you keep your solitude sacred, you create a safe haven for self-discovery and personal growth. This inner sanctuary becomes a place where you can retreat, reflect, and recharge, away from the pressures and judgments of the outside world. Second, solitude helps you avoid the misinterpretations of others. Not everyone will understand the value of your solitary practice. They might view your desire for solitude as a sign of loneliness or social detachment, failing to see the strength and clarity it brings. By keeping your solitary moments private, you protect the integrity of your inner journey and avoid unnecessary explanations or judgments from those who may not fully appreciate the depth of practice. Third, and perhaps most importantly, solitude cultivates self-reliance. In solitude, you learn to rely on yourself for comfort, guidance, and inspiration. This self-reliance is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It teaches you to trust in your own judgment, to draw strength from within rather than seeking it from external sources. When you keep these moments of solitude sacred, you reinforce your own inner strength, making you less dependent on the validation or approval of others. Now, let's consider the practical implications of this lesson. How can you integrate solitude into your daily life, and what benefits can you expect? The key is to carve out time for solitude and treat it as a sacred practice. This could be through meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply sitting in silence. Whatever form it takes, the goal is to create a space for quiet contemplation and self-discovery. In these moments, you will find that solitude is not a state of isolation, but a profound connection with yourself. It is in this quiet sanctuary that you can tap into your inner wisdom, nurture your creativity, and build a foundation of strength and resilience that will serve you well in all aspects of life. So here's your Stoic challenge. Embrace the richness of solitude. Make time for it, honor it, and protect it. Recognize that solitude is not something to be feared, but something to be cherished. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that you will discover the depths of your own strength and the clarity of your true purpose. By embracing solitude, you not only cultivate a deeper connection with yourself, but you also prepare yourself to face the world with renewed confidence and inner peace. In the end, the strength you build in solitude becomes your greatest ally. It is the quiet force that allows you to navigate life's challenges with calm and resilience. Let this lesson guide you as you move forward, knowing that true strength is often found in the stillness within, where the noise of the world fades and your true self emerges. As we wrap up today's journey through these powerful Stoic lessons, remember that the true strength lies within you. Whether it's cultivating inner peace, embracing solitude, or nurturing your dreams quietly, each principle we've explored offers a pathway to outsmart the noise of the world and live with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with this video? Please share your rating and thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in these insights, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, and share it with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay strong and keep growing.